Welcome back to our channel, where we share random stories with you. Today, we'll be delving into the intriguing and thought-provoking world of the subreddit, r/am I the a-hole, or as many of you may know it, r/AITA. For those who aren't familiar, this is a subreddit where people share real-life situations they faced, seeking opinions if they were in the wrong or not. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and the notification bell, so you never miss an episode of our exciting r/am I the a-hole series. Okay friends, let's get into it.
Am I the a-hole for not caring about my wife's stolen phone? This happened last night. Couple of days ago we successfully closed on our first house. We, my wife, we'll call Brenda, spent that time and all day yesterday moving in. In the late afternoon when we finally had everything moved in, I was taking selfies with Brenda and our son. We were also trying to include her parents who will also live with us. Some guy was riding his bike on the sidewalk and stopped in front of the house. He offered to take my phone and take a group photo of us in front of the house. Now, sometimes you just get suspicious feelings about situations and/or people, and when I took a look at this guy I thought to myself, there's no way I'm giving him my phone. I waved and smiled, thanking him for the kind offer, but we already had plenty of good pictures. Brenda, however, disagreed and thought a group photo in front of the house would be a wonderful idea. I gave her a look and said no, we didn't need one, so I'm not going to give him my phone. She scoffed at me and said she has her own phone. I tell her to not give him your phone, we have plenty of pictures. Ignoring me, Brenda walks over to the guy and hands him her phone. As she's walking back towards us, the guy immediately books it. Brenda gives chase but doesn't get very far very fast. She comes back to me and just loses it. She starts yelling at me about how I did absolutely nothing to stop him or to even attempt to chase after him. She's crying and her parents are also really upset, which starts to upset the boy. She asks me why didn't I do anything. I tell her that I did. I told you not to give him your phone, and that makes her even more mad. I'm sitting here just replaying this whole thing in my head. She's been giving me the cold shoulder all day and won't talk to me. I'm starting to feel like maybe I could have, I don't know, stepped in front of her. Maybe told him to leave.
Am I the a-hole for calling my stepsister the ugly stepsister because she freaked out over a nickname? My family jokingly refers to me as Princess or the Princess because I have a reputation for being opinionated and sensitive. This is mostly because of sensory issues, so certain noises or textures grate on me to an extent that I will leave the room or avoid touching things. I'm also just a picky person and I like things how I like them. So my stepdad started referring to me as the princess, like, don't open the car window, the princess will get upset. My stepbrothers and mom use it as well. It's a running family joke, well meant. I've never been offended by it in the 15 years it's been a thing. My stepsister, Georgia, hates it. She used to snap whenever anyone said it, but over the years she just started making the odd passive-aggressive comment about it. Everyone ignores it, because Georgia has a habit of thinking everything is about her, and if it's not about her, the reason it's not about her is because we all hate her, which then is still about her. So, our whole family is visiting my parents in the countryside for a couple of weeks. Georgia has brought her boyfriend Jason along. I've met Jason a couple of times before at dinners. He's a nice guy, and he fits in well. This morning, me and my mom were making breakfast and Jason came down and to help out. We normally have breakfast in the kitchen, so eventually everyone started gathering at the table. We always make the tea and coffee last so it's hot when we eat, and we had all the mugs out. Jason offered to make the drinks. I told him not to do mine because I liked it made a very particular way, and he said, okay princess, I will just watch how you do it so I know for next time, and we laughed. It was a joke. The next thing we know, Georgia shouts she's sick of everyone calling me princess. She then swore at Jason for being just like us. She said, since everyone thinks I'm so special, what does that make her? And I replied, the ugly stepsister, obviously. No one said anything, but Georgia burst into tears, pushed her plate onto the floor, breaking it, and went upstairs, and Jason ran after her. He's since come down to apologize for her, she hasn't come out of her room. My stepbrothers are on my side. The parents say I should have just not said anything and she would have calmed down, and that I went too far picking at an insecurity. That might be true, but I'm sick of her making everything about her. The joke doesn't have anything to do with her, and I am, as are my stepbrothers, sick of her acting out to force everyone to behave how she wants them to. AITA.
AITA, for telling my brother to shut the hell up about his child support? My brother has 50-50 custody with his ex-wife over my 3-year-old nephew. My brother makes more money than his ex, so even though they have my nephew the same amount of time, he still has to pay her $100 a month. My brother will not shut up about this. He complains about it constantly. When my nephew needed new shoes, she asked him to split the cost of new shoes with her. He said no and to use the $100. She said the $100 was for monthly expenses, not large purchases. She also threatened to take him back to court. His lawyer advised him to just pay half for the shoes. Ever since then, he brings the child support up every damn day. I told him a few times it was getting old, but yesterday I lost it. I said, dude, shut up about your child support. Shut up. We are all so sick of hearing about this. My brother said I am an a-hole. I think I can only listen to the same thing so many times before I get sick of hearing about it. It's $100. He spends more than that a month on stupid stuff. It's not like he has an illness or has to pay $700 instead of $100. Then I would be more sympathetic. AITA?
Thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.